If I don't have a simple dinner at least once a week, I'm gonna lose my will to live, so I'm gonna show you how to make that, but in a French way. In this foil, I have a loose chicken breast, so I'm gonna make Poule because it's something I've been reading about a lot. Even though they normally use a whole chicken, I just need one breast because it's literally just me. Me personally, I'm always gonna buy the chicken with the bone in it because it stays moist for just a little bit longer, so it's harder to mess up. And plus, if I don't like the bone in it, I can always just take it out myself. In this case though, it's the other half of this breast from last week's video. You guys really have to get the buying whole chicken. They're so cheap. This was just $10 and I have used a different piece of this chicken in every video I've recorded for the last 2 weeks. Once a week, I just cut one up and put it in the freezer. And if you need some help or you don't feel confident, just let me know in the comments and I'll just record a video on how to do it yourself. Because honestly, it's pretty straightforward and I'm willing to help anybody save money. You don't even need a knife this big. I just bought this knife and was kind of knife happy. Back in the present, we're just going to turn our breast over and make sure that the skin is still on there. And we're going to almost make a little bit of a flap to put our herbs into. This recipe is honestly just so simple and I think that's why I like doing this so much. We're almost making like a really fancy chicken soup. And yeah, people normally do this with a hen, but a hen is hard to find sometimes. I'm gonna keep this pretty simple and just use tarragon. If you're ever in doubt about what fresh herbs to use on your chicken though, I'm gonna say just get the tarragon. I buy this like once a month and put whatever's left in the freezer. Always just goes together and tastes so good. Now we're quite literally just gonna make a pocket with the skin and put this tarragon on in there. It doesn't look like we're doing too much, but we're gonna put beef broth over this later and a lot of the flavor is gonna come from that. If you're new here, I'm Amari and I just really like cooking and showing other people. So if you ever need any inspo or tips or anything, just go ahead and like and subscribe. I'm here at least twice a week. Or if you have any questions or want me to make something, just let me know down in the comments. This account is the only thing stopping me from eating chicken and rice every day. And I don't think anyone would want to get on here and just watch me eat chicken and rice. That's a spiritual time for me and I get quite beastly. And I've never had parsnips before, but this felt like a good day to try them. So I'm going to try to seduce you into getting parsnips too. So if I don't like them and you don't like them, we can bond over it forever. And now a leek is quite literally a long and skinny, very sweet onion. It's just really French, so I'm just going to conclude it. And this is my one single potato I have left from the 200 sub video. I like doing one of everything at one time, so I just go ahead and peel everything at once. This has a really strong smell now that I've started peeling it. It smells very familiar, like a herb or something, or maybe like a turnip, question mark? I don't know. Or maybe a horseradish. I think I'm thinking of a horseradish right now. I knew at this point I probably wasn't gonna like it, but I was still fighting so hard. It has a little sweetness to it. Random fact, but parsnips, celery, and carrots are all in the same family, so generally speaking, because they share some of the same compounds, they pair well together. I'm going to be cubing up every vegetable that I'm going to be using today except for the leeks. To do that, I'm literally just going to peel and slice off the sides that make it round and make it kind of rectangular. And I'm just going to cut those into thick slices and cut those slices into cubes. Are you following? What's kind of funny is the fact that this is the second time I've ever tried to cube something. Normally, I don't really care that much how something's chopped up if I'm just going to be eating it myself. I just kind of do a rough chop and throw it straight into the pot. Make sure anytime that you're cutting something that you're doing the claw method so you don't accidentally chop your finger off. I'm still trying to get used to using this knife because I got it about 2 weeks ago now and I absolutely love it, but I've been trying to make myself use it every day because I'm still trying to get like a feel for it, if that makes sense. Like how hard I need to swing it, or like how hard I need to press, or how to chop certain stuff. But now that I'm really thinking about it, I think hypothetically I could live if I chopped off one of my fingers on accident, as long as it's not my thumb or my middle finger. Or actually my index finger either, because how can I let someone know that the killer is escaping if I can't show them in point? Best case scenario is we just avoid chopping off any fingers at all. And once I get done chopping, I just literally throw everything straight into the pot. It's all going to the same place. Also, semi-exciting update when it comes to the YouTube channel. I finally got the microphone that I really wanted that was stopping me from doing my recordings in the kitchen. I've been doing all of my voiceovers in my bedroom after I record because the echo in that kitchen is actually insane, but everything sounds perfectly great on this microphone. This is the DJI Mic Mini, and this is the first time I've ever gotten something with like the sole purpose of using this to make videos or make YouTube stuff with. So that's really exciting for me. But I'm gonna take you guys more places now, and I'm gonna start talking to you while I'm cooking, because I actually talk a lot when I'm cooking and I say a lot of things, so I normally call someone while I'm doing all of this. Now that our potatoes done, I'm just gonna throw those in the pot too and go to work on the leeks. Now for the leeks, I'm gonna have a lot of special instructions. Leeks grow in sandy soil and are normally kind of dirty, so we have to cut off the leaves where they connect with the white part, and we're gonna cut off the roots. And we're gonna cut these lengthwise and just rinse out all of the dirt from between the leaves. Now, because I think leeks are the prettiest thing in the onion family, I'm gonna say these are the supermodels of the onions. I'm not actually gonna cube these up though, I'm just gonna give them a light and gentle hacking. But not in the serial killer way. Now we just want to pour in enough broth to cover up the chicken. I'm going to use 2 beef broth cubes and just put in like 4 cups of water. I forgot I had chicken broth in the fridge. You can totally just use that too. Now I'm going to put this heat on medium for just about 30 minutes. And I got a ramekin for my birthday, so I decided I would make a 1-person me-sized cheesecake that I don't have to share with anyone, so don't ask me for any. Maybe it's just because I've been thinking about Final Destination more than normal lately. I don't know where it's coming from, I'm sorry. So the chicken's going to be the very first thing done, so when it's at temperature we're just going to take it off heat and get our plate ready. I'm going to eat this over my leftover rice, but normally it's split up into 3 parts, with the meat being its own thing, the broth being its own soup, and the vegetables being served separately. Now that my plate's ready, I'm going to go ahead and make some sauce for the chicken. I'm just going to be using some of the broth from the chicken, some butter, and some Dijon mustard. I didn't realize how many sauces had Dijon mustard in them to make them thick until recently. And now we're going to nibble ravenously. Now that my stomach's had a rest, it's time for that cheesecake. This was my first time ever making a cheesecake and I was honestly so happy. So about 15 to 30 minutes later, it was fully cooled down, deflated, and ready to nibble on. I consider this to be a major win, so go me. Anyway, I'll see y'all on Monday. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment to let me know what to make next.